Hey everybody, probably wondering why you're seeing my face in this video, and the reason why is because I wanted to start something and just do little different parts to a series, and this is just another one of them. So I'm just coming back from the Dallas show and the Burbank show. I did Burbank and then I drove right to Dallas. Anyways, the show's over now, and a lot of times I have conversations or just have experiences dealing, at the shows with customers, and I realize things that people probably don't know, so I don't want to get annoyed or upset with customers, because a lot of the customers that I deal with now are brand new customers, the brand new collectors, the last few years, I should say, and that's brand new to me when I've been doing this for so long. And same thing with dealers. Dealers are very different than when I started, and what I call an old school dealer. But this video, it's going to talk about, some things to be aware of when you're buying cards that you may not know. You may have just never thought about because, why would you? But when you go up to a table, let me give you an example. My stuff. Okay, I don't want to speak for anybody else. I always try to sell bargain box stuff. I try to sell stuff cheap, and I'll get into all that in a different video of why I do it and the whole thought process behind it. When you go up and buy stuff from a table, and for example, if I buy a collection, I try it at a couple shows, probably for a couple months because of how many shows I do. I basically like to, I'll give it like 2 shows in any city that I'm in over a couple month period. Once it's been to like all the big shows a couple times, if it hasn't sold yet, I put it in a half price box. Even if it's really good stuff, I put Shohei rookies in there, I put great autographs in there, blah blah blah. So I always have a great half off box that I always keep loaded for every show, and a lot of times I'm filling that box every day of every show. And the reason I do that is so that way, the first person that gets there doesn't cherry pick all the good stuff. That way, people will, when they know this, they'll come back every show, or every day of the show, because they'll know that there's going to be more stuff. And then that way, someone always gets a great deal on something cool. So that's the reason why I keep filling it throughout the whole show. But I'm kind of off subject here. When you're at a table, and like, for example, I have dollar boxes, $2 boxes, stuff like that, and like the $2 cards are probably like $5, $6 cards, and I sell them for $2. But one of my deals is if you buy 100 cards in any variety of $1, $2, quarter, whatever, I give them to you for half price. So a lot of people will buy, 100 of my $2 cards, and then they'll get them for $1 a piece, and then they'll go and make a $5 box. And I'm okay with it. I don't care if they sell them for $5. All I care about is that I'm selling cards, and I'd rather sell them for $1 and sell 100 than have them sit there forever trying to get $5. So, okay, now to the point. When you go up to pay for this stuff, don't ask if the dealer can take less money. Just don't ask if they'll take less money, okay? If you grab a stack of cards, like random whatever, nothing's really like, there's no deals, it's just everything's priced, then you can say, hey, what's the best you can do on this stack? But when it's already discounted and extremely discounted, don't ask if they'll take less money. It's very ignorant, it's disrespectful, and I'll tell you why. I have people come up and buy stuff out of my 50% off box, and like I said, there is absolute gold in those boxes, but I gotta sell stuff or else I can't stay in business. I can't have lots of great cards, never sell anything, and pay all my expenses plus all my bills. I do this full time. I gotta sell cards. So someone will come up and they'll buy, I don't know. Now keep in mind, my 50% off box, I price it at comps. So I'll basically at comps, current comps, and then I do half off. So everyone else is so concerned with getting full comps or 85, 90% or whatever, full comps. I'm old school. I don't care if the card's selling for $20 on eBay you know, and a lot of times in a different country or whatever, I don't care what it's selling for on eBay. All I care is what I can get for it. And I know people are going to look at those comps. They're going to say, oh, wow, it's $20. Oh, okay, half off is $10. That's a good deal. It's a good deal, right? Yeah. So I sell my half off box. I'm going to come up and have, I don't know, $500 is what it'll be on there, okay? Or we'll just say a smaller number, $100. Half of 100 is $50. Okay, it's $50, man. You know, you're pulling out National Treasures for $5. You're pulling out Immaculate Patch Autos for $5. You're pulling out great chunky patches and RPAs for $5 or $10. You know, so it's $50. You know, and then they'll ask you, will you take 30? Will you take 35? Will you take 40? And I'm like, really, dude? I'm already giving you stuff at half a comps. You just picked out the best stuff that you could find in the box, and you're paying half a comps on it. Now you want me to give you a better deal? I mean, that's just kind of a douche move. Now I get it, you know, we're all hardwired. You got to try to get it for less. You got to talk them down. Negotiation, blah, blah, blah. You got to do the song and dance. I get it that it's in your head that you got to do it. You think you got to do it. Everyone's got to save a couple dollars. I get it. But you know what? If it's a great deal, don't ask for a better deal. That's where you're being a little bit disrespectful and rude. That's where you're being kind of a douche. Okay? And after explaining this next part, you'll understand why. So I sell a lot of smalls. That's how I do most of my business. I have a price margin I like to work with, because small stuff I have much higher profit margin on. Big stuff, very small profit margin on. So I'd rather sell the stuff where I can make a lot more profit. So here's the thing. So because my stuff is cheaper, and you know, basically anybody can come and buy my stuff. Anybody can afford to buy my stuff because I got stuff priced cheap. You know, it's a lot of under $5 stuff. You know, so I count on like lots of sales. You know, to really, you know, bring home the bacon. Okay, so with that being said, I do at least 100 sales a show, okay? And in most cases, and how do I know? I write every single sale down that I do, so I know how much money I made that show, or how much I brought in sales, and I can subtract all my expenses and figure out how much I made after that. Then I figure out what I had into the stuff, so I can kind of get a general idea of what my profit was. But I write down every sale, so I know how much I bring in, or how many sales I do every show. So I usually do between 100 and 200 sales per show. Now, every single person asks if I'll take less, okay? If I took, and it's usually, I don't know, $2, $5, $10, $50, we'll say an average of like $8. They're asking to do $8 less, you know, probably $8 to $12 less, okay? If I do, we'll just say round numbers here. If I do 100 sales at that show, and I give an average of $8 less to every one of my sales, after all my stuff is already marked way down and it's absolutely a great deal, if I gave you $8 off to 100 people, that's $800 I would lose out on. You know, when the deal's already a good deal and they're probably going to buy it anyways, okay? So that's $800 if we average. People talk me down, they want to pay me $8 less. We're just saying on average for 100 sales. That's a lot of money. And in some cases, that's my expenses. The Dallas show, my expenses for that show are about $800. Okay, I pay $350 for my table, $150 usually for my hotel I split with my buddy that I do shows with, and a few $100 in gas round trip from Salt Lake to Dallas and back, okay? So now I like to tell people, look, you're talking me down a couple bucks, all right? Now, if you pay that extra couple bucks to me, it doesn't hurt your wallet at all, really, you know, unless you're doing hundreds of purchases and you're adding it up, but chances are you're not. So that few bucks that you're trying to talk me down is not going to hurt you at all, really, at all. But when I give it to you for $8 less or $10 or $5 less times how many sales I do per show, that really hurts my income, like what I bring into the show and what I put towards my expenses. Now, if I can't pay my expenses, or I can't justify what I'm bringing in and what it's costing me to be there, then I can't be there to sell you all these great bargains. So I'm there for your benefit. I have a lot of repeat customers. They come see me all the time because they know they get great deals. I'm there for your benefit. You know you have that one place you can go and get great deals every time. But if I'm losing that much money per show because you guys won't stop asking me if I'll take less money when I've already given you a great deal, then I can't be a card dealer. Let's face it, I have to pay for the stuff that I bring, that I sell you. That stuff's not free. You know, it's not like, let me just give them whatever, the lowest I can give them to get the car. I got to pay for the stuff. I have all my expenses, and then I'm trying to give you a great deal. So it doesn't make sense to be a card dealer if I'm constantly giving away almost $1,000. And sometimes I think it gets into the thousands of what people ask me to go down. If I do 175 sales, do the math, you know, what's 175 times $8 on average, or even $5, $10, you know? We're talking, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's what some people pay for rent every month for their home, you know, or a mortgage. So that's my rant. Be more respectful. If it's a great deal, don't ask for a better one. That's a douche move. I get it, you want to save money. You're already saving money with people like me. You're saving a lot of money. So if it's already a great deal, don't ask for a better one. All right? Because I don't want to give you a good deal if you're going to be like that. You know? I'm kind enough to give you a great deal. Now you be kind enough to just pay the deal. Pay it. Right? So I don't know if you guys agree with this or if you disagree with it, but let me know in the comments below. If you like these kinds of videos, let me know in the comments below, and I'll keep doing them. I also have a whole series I'm working on for how to be a successful card dealer in this day and age, and then how the times have changed too with dealing. So that's it for this one. If it's a great deal, don't ask for a better deal, and think about the fact that if he keeps people like me give a great deal every time, we're not going to be able to come back and do shows anymore because it's not going to make any sense to us. We're just going to sell out of everything and just go deal in something different, I guess. So, all right, you guys have a good rest of the day. Hopefully I didn't upset anybody. If I did, then that means you just don't get what I'm trying to say. You just don't understand the business side of this and the respect side of this. So, be cool. Later.